both trouble and brilliance. It lets the storyteller explore human traits using an animal figure, maybe avoiding direct social critique. Each of these roles shapes a totally different story, a unique tale, all sprouting from that one evocative word. So the deep insight here, the real nugget we're getting from these excerpts, isn't about finding a specific plot. It's about recognizing the immense capacity for creating meaning that exists in simple, powerful language. It's realizing that even one word can contain a universe of narrative potential.
Wow, what an incredible journey just from that single word. We've really dissected excerpts from The Monkey's Tale today, and it's kind of amazing finding so much depth and breadth of meaning in just monkey. It perfectly showed, I think, how even minimal information can ignite huge curiosity, really detailed thinking, and just an explosion of imagined stories. So what's the practical takeaway here for you listening in? I guess it's that understanding, real insight. It isn't always about how much information you consume, not about quantity. Sometimes it's about the quality of the seed that gets planted. That single word or idea that if you really explore it, can blossom into a completely new perspective.
Absolutely. I think this deep dive really underlined how crucial it is to pay close attention to details, even ones that seem tiny or insignificant at first glance. Gaining true knowledge isn't just about soaking up facts like a sponge. It's also about skillfully interpreting what is there, connecting it to the bigger picture of human experience, and maybe even more importantly, thoughtfully questioning what's implied or what's deliberately left out. It's about being, intellectually nimble, building complex understanding from simple, powerful starting points.
A great summary.
So maybe as you go about your day, here's something to chew on. Think about a really significant story or maybe a situation from your own life or from your work. If you had to boil its entire essence down to just one single word to share with someone else, what word would you choose? And maybe more interestingly, what kind of tale would you hope that one word conjured up for them? Just think about the weight, the potential power held within that single choice. And, in a totally different context, say if you were a scientist studying primates, The Monkey's Tale might even suggest a more straightforward naturalistic account of behavior. But that single word monkey immediately steers our imagination towards certain themes, even without one extra bit of description.
It's like that one word is a super powerful signpost pointing towards a whole universe of potential stories. Which I guess brings us to this idea of narrative implication. What exactly are we talking about there in this context?
Good question. So narrative implication is basically how a story, or even just one tiny part of it, hints at bigger ideas, like themes or plot developments or character arcs, without spelling them out. It kind of invites us, the audience, you, the listener, to connect the dots, to actively participate in building the meaning. Here, monkey is that powerful signpost. It implies potential characters. Is the monkey brave, foolish, wise? It hints at settings, jungles, maybe ancient ruins, maybe even a city park or a lab. It suggests conflict, maybe survival, maybe outsmarting humans, maybe even an internal struggle within the monkey character. All of that potential is embedded in just that single word. And this raises a really important question, I think. What does the absence of all the other words tell us? How does this lack of information actually force us into a deeper, more imaginative relationship with the word monkey itself? It sort of makes us become active co-creators of whatever the monkey's tale might be. We fill in those gaps using our own background, our own cultural library.
That idea about scarcity forcing engagement and us becoming co-creators, it reminds me a bit of how paleontologists work. Like, imagine they find just one single fossil,